Let me quickly bring something to our notice because I realize that some of us usually cast more than one chart on a single question. I must notify you at this point that it is not a very good practice to be practicing to be casting more than one chart on a particular question. So what is the implication of that, or what does that mean? You see, before you can cast another chart on same question, it means that the chart you casted earlier, it's either it doesn't fulfill the condition to be interpreted. Some of us have some condition that needs to be met before a chart can be interpreted. Some of us look maze is general standard we all look for before we interpret a chart. In Eastern Geomancy, before a chart can be interpreted, the chart must have what? A maze in Eastern Geomancy. But in Western Geomancy, you don't necessarily need to have a maze. The only thing you check is house 15, the judge. If it is not, you check if it is even number or odd number. You check, and which of course that only demonstrate the mechanical error. Maybe you have made mistake at one point in time. So you talk about the mechanical error. Why the maze talk about the spiritual alignment error, that if you are spiritually connected with the universal mind where the information is gotten, if you are connected, it's like when you die a number, sometimes it will go, sometimes it will not go. So you are checking this. The maze is a way of checking if you are connected or otherwise. So I hope that point is gotten about maze. So that is the essence of checking a maze in a chart. Although apart from that, some other scholar check some other things on the chart before interpreting a chart. Sometimes some of them will check the soul of the chart, that is if the chart has a soul or not. Sometimes some of them will check what is the right adjective I can use to qualify this. There's what we call it in my own language, but I'm looking for the right word to call it in English. They look for the word, how concrete are the evidence the chart has brought to you. There are so many things people check before confidently interpret the chart. But the basic things to check before you interpret a chart is the maze. You can then choose our individual difference. Like maybe this is your own pattern, these are the other things you check along with other things. You understand? But the basic primary and everything is the checking of the maze. Now, if a chart has met the condition for it to be interpreted, you don't need to cast another chart on that same question again. You understand? Now, what are the things that could possibly happen when you interpret a chart having 2 or 3 charts on same question? These are the possible things that could happen, which is the reason why I even made this particular video. Now, when a chart is casted on 2 same question, the first chart you casted hold primacy to the answer to that questions. The first chart casted has the final say to the question being asked. You understand? Has the final say. So now you casting 2 or more chart on same chart is irrelevant. In as much as one of your chart you have casted has met your conditions of interpretation, the rest becomes irrelevant. In fact, you might mislead yourself in the subsequent chart. And the reason is that the first chart you have casted that has met the condition holds more ground or hold the ultimate answer to any other one you casted. Because what that one said, the first one said, whatever answer in that one will come to pass before the subsequent one. The only thing that could make this come otherwise is, let's say immediately you cast a chart, you have understood what he said, you then quickly go and amend your ways, change some other things, blah 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 like that. Maybe you do some spiritual something, or you automatically adjust your ways. Maybe you are thinking a particular line, and the chart answer, if you are continuing this way, this and this will happen. Then you now change your thinking. So if you now cast a chart, that means you have altered make some difference. But let's say you don't make a difference, you casted a chart, bam, and it has given you an answer. You now cast another chart again. you are depending on the new chart, you're only deceiving yourself, because the previous one will hold a ground before the subsequent one you interpreted, you casted. You understand? So it is not advisable. Another thing is that the our energy easily get infused inside the subsequent chart, because when you are casting a chart, our mind and everything are being infused into the chart, are transferring into the chart. So immediately you have gotten an answer, and you maybe probably because you don't know how to interpret it, your mind has changed. Begins to think about the previous one you cast. Oh, I did not get it. You are trying to remember the previous number, the previous figure you find in particular house. All those things have automatically changed your mind, which will have an influence on the new chart you are casting. So without making this to be too long, the point is that it is not a good practice to be casting two or more charts on one same chart. It's like a wasting of times, and you can mislead yourself in the process. Yes, and so that is the major things I want us to take cognizance of. So thank you very much for watching the video from point A to this time. Uh, May God bless you miraculously. And any other question, if you have questions, you can always put it up, and I will try as much as possible to answer you. So thank you for watching the video. May God bless you miraculously.